Toastmasters International provides a wonderful service opportunity to help people grow in their communications and leadership skills. It is a superb organization. Hi, I'm Jimi Hendrick, and this episode is called Take Toastmasters on Empower Your Pattern 2.0. Did you know that there are success patterns to help you receive more, to help you live a better and extraordinary life right now? Well, I'm Jimi Hendrick. I am a success, confidence, and thrive coach. A member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If you come with me, I will show you these success patterns. Let's go. We've got to talk a little bit more about Toastmasters, but first, a word from our sponsors. The Empower Your Patterns Facebook group is going to be hosting an event on March 26th, a Facebook Live event, where being discussed will be topics such as overcoming adversity, tapping into your full potential, all sponsored by James Hendrick Empowerment. So buckle your seatbelts and get ready. Here we go. Okay, guys. I hope you're ready. We're all together in this big empowerment crew. Because now we're going to get ready to get on the double six boat and go into uncharted territory. Something I haven't covered for almost a year now that needs to be dealt with. Something that where we can go for this here and receive strength and power. We're going to go on a journey through my journey with Toastmasters. Okay? So, is everybody ready? Because Toastmasters is a great benefit to America and one of God's greatest gifts to the world. Let's go. Okay. I first heard of Toastmasters back in 1999. I was going through my divorce at the time. Wasn't sure where I was going to be fitting in career-wise. I remember I had a high school teacher that worked with kids that had, I guess, physical and learning disabilities. And she told me, she said, you know, you really ought to consider Toastmasters. She said, I've seen how gifted you are with the gift of gab in high school, and Toastmasters would help you. At first I was a little skeptical, like, oh, well, whatever. And then I went on my life, 15 years, don't even think about it. And then I picked up a book by Dr. Delatoro McNeil II. And he talks about using Toastmasters as a chance to network. And I thought, well, it might help me grow my speaking business. He was a part of Toastmasters. So it's kind of like, why not? Why not? So, I attended my very first Toastmasters meeting. I believe it was back in April of 2014. But it wasn't with an eye yet of joining them. I don't know. I guess I was still skeptical. But then what can I say? The winter of 2018, being laid up for a couple months and just really being forced that whole year of 2018 to humble myself, realized I had to make a positive step. So, you guessed it. I went to a Toastmasters meeting on the 23rd of January of 2019. And I joined. I was happy. It was a big step. It was the same year I decided to become a published author. You know? Just really cut down to the grindstone. And see, I had started podcasting back in 2018. Maybe you know about the evolution that it's come from, from rods and suits to empower your pattern. And then for a while, it was Empower 360 until I began to realize, hey, don't give up on Empower Your Pattern. So it became Empower Your Pattern 2.0. And so Toastmasters led me down this wonderful journey. And I began to study pathways and learning a few things from there. The beautiful, wonderful blessings that come from there. So, there you go. The big thing here is Toastmasters began to open doors. All right. And you may say, well, you haven't really broken any ground yet in speaking professionally. True, but it was the people in Toastmasters that encouraged me, along with friends from church, like Bishop Dave, that encouraged me to work on becoming a published author. And I gotta say, it wasn't an easy process. There was, I think, one chapter in the book where I just wanted to throw my hands up and say, okay, I quit. But I didn't. Because I had people in Toastmasters that had confidence in me. A good friend of mine, Jack, he's had confidence in me. He's been a wonderful mentor. I've met so many wonderful people along the way with Toastmasters. It's a way to have access. The possibilities are endless. Okay? So I'm hoping that really gives you something to sink your teeth into. Because now we have cleared the next barrier. April 17th, 2019. Many of you know this from an episode of Purple Skies, Red Lights. I was going to a Toastmasters meeting, almost like nothing had happened, and then, plamo. Unbeknownst to me, I had collapsed. I can go through the whole story about the brain surgery and everything. I was laid up for about a month and a half. But then, beauty of beauties, wonder of wonders. My family got me some help, receiving the best memory care and physical therapy, and I was back to normal. And I remember when I came to my first Toastmasters meeting after that happened, people just telling me, Kidney, we miss you. People have told us how close we came to losing you, and we were glad to have you back on board. But for some reason, I was still having problems processing, so it took several weeks to agree to accept the speech. So I had agreed to accept the speech, and so it was around the same time that my book got published through Kindle Direct. It's a paperback. The Winning Personality, a values-based approach to entrepreneurship in this economy. Okay, so I decided, you know what? I had been delaying creating YouTube videos there for a while. And so I started creating some videos and playlists, me speaking by myself and me speaking to Toastmasters, the various concepts in my book. And so that was a wonderful and amazing journey. Things were popping. I mean, I was going to meetings. I was on fire. I loved Toastmasters. It was a wonderful time for me. But in some ways, I don't feel like I really, think I took full advantage like I should have with Toastmasters. So much involved. Okay? And then, the big one hit. COVID-19 suspended all meetings in person. Church, everything. And I plunged into a deep depression. I honestly thought for sure that my life was over. And man, I got a call one day. Jimmy, we missed you. We got a virtual link we'll be happy to send to you so you can start going to meetings again. I'm like, well, yeah, all right. And I was back on fire. Because during that mess with COVID-19, once I knew Toastmasters was back in operation, I was on cloud nine. I was on cloud nine. Because now I could give speeches. But I'm not saying that everything was perfect. There were times I wanted to give speeches and really couldn't because of, scheduling conflicts. And just problems. Health issues. COVID really revolutionized our lives. It's a pandemic, okay? It's a pandemic. But that being said, I've never given up on Toastmasters, and I never will. I'm trying to see if it'll help me develop professionally to be the speaker that I'm called to be. Now, there's this debate between keynote speaker and platform speaker. I'm kind of divided about that, but I'm more in line with wanting to be a platform speaker. So Toastmasters provided me a wonderful out. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't had my struggles, but I've learned not to take Toastmasters so much for granted. And so that's where the best came in. That's where the best came in. We had some pretty awesome meetings, and I was able to make some good speeches. And to make up for the gap when I couldn't speak, something told me just podcast. Just podcast. And see, Toastmasters has been, it's like a diversity, a melting pot. And it's taught me how to deal with this crazy reactive culture. See, I'm podcasting right now about Toastmasters. And I get this phone call from a number I don't even know. I'll tell you what, Toastmasters can help you develop into a full person. Better you personally, professionally, yes. I've seen it. I've seen it develop me. I've seen it strengthen me. And so that's why I stand with Toastmasters. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to Empower Your Pattern 2.0. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of Citizen of Pattern Realm. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, Don't just sit there and take it. Build your